In honor of the new and final season of Attack on Titan kicking off, today's theme is going to be dedicated to it. I love AOT so much, guys! And wow, I have to say, this was a much bigger undertaking than January's My Hero Academia theme. Last month I only ended up having 13 characters, whereas this month I wound up with 10 before I even reached the weeklies, so that was extremely time consuming. I think the total comes out to 19? Yeesh. So yeah, please excuse the fact that a few sketches look rushed, Jean especially. Poor Jean. If you missed last month's vid, I'll leave the link right here. Let's jump right into it. The first idea I had was to make a little winter scene of Eren, Armin, and Mikasa playing outside. And I thought it'd be cute if they made a mini Walmaria out of snow, kind of like that SpongeBob snowball fight episode. I ended up changing it because I wanted to tie in Valentine's Day, and I imagined Mikasa getting all the love letters because she's so pretty and Eren getting like none because he's so abrasive. Of course he gets one, but it's from Mikasa. Armin got some gifts too, so he's on top of a mini snow-covered Walmaria reading a love note and blushing. Around the border I put some pink washi tape and then drew a little garland hanging above Armin. I definitely made Eren's skin too dark in this. He looks kind of like Reg from Made in Abyss. The next page is the monthly spread, where I decided to have them hanging down from the wall in their ODM gear, painting on the calendar days. What I did here is found some online gray wall texture, printed it on 2 sheets of paper, and cut it down to size to insert it. It seemed really low resolution when I first printed it, but it actually looks pretty good finished. I cut out 28 squares for the days of the month and glued them in as uniformly as I could, since I could no longer see the dot grid through the texture. On the bottom left I have Levi pointing to a big paint splatter on the wall and Sasha feigning ignorance. I made sure to draw the exact face she made in season 3 when Armin caught her stuffing bread into her bag. Above them is Jean, and on the right side is Eren face planting from his broken ODM gear like he did in season 1. And Armin is painting little hearts on the 14th of the month. I like his posturing for this one. I was going to put Jean on this side and have him laughing at Eren and add maybe Marco or someone else at the top, but I didn't want to burn out on drawing too many characters early on, which turned out to be the right decision. Up next is the obligatory budget tracker. I like keeping track of my money, and my January setups served me pretty well. So on this page I made sure to have the same amount of space for the transactions as well as spaces for our bills and incomes. And on this page I have Erwin lecturing from an old school chalkboard while poor little Marco is looking confused and holding an abacus. I wanted Marco in here somewhere, but I didn't know where else to put him. Isn't he adorable though? Look at his little purple sweater. Gosh. You know, I realized something. All you have to do is add freckles to an anime character and the fandom will, like, worship that character. I mean, just look at Midoriya. Manga authors, take notes. But anyway, at last we come to the idea that literally dictated my decision to buy a B5 size journal in the first place instead of an A5. I wanted my AOT theme to contain Armin's book on the outside world, which, if you think about it, ended up being the single biggest catalyst to all the events unfolding in the series, even currently. The cover only shows up like once in the whole show, so I had to hunt down that scene, take a screenshot, and hella zoom in to get the gold design on the front to be accurate. Look at that low-res image. Sheesh. Cheese and crackers. I like to punish myself with art projects, don't I? To make it look even more like a book, I trimmed it down a tiny bit and rounded the edges, and for the fancy interior I added some elegant scrapbook paper to line it. I chose a pink sparkly Valentine's Day theme for it. The cover is a little questionable, but I did the best I could. I feel like if I sat here and told you to draw the designs in Disney's Atlantis from memory, your drawing would look something like this. So first I did a half weekly because I only have so many pages in this book and I don't want to buy a second one before the end of the year. Lots of people do that, I know, but that would just bug me. I just want all of the same year to snugly fit inside one journal perfectly, and then I can start next year's fresh. I'm OCD like that. Moving on. For the first spread, I picked the cadet class clowns, Connie and Sasha. Connie just wanted to enjoy some candy on Valentine's Day, but Sasha stole it all and is hanging down from the ceiling hiding it, so poor Connie is just left with an empty candy box. Not much to say on this one, except this was a hard position to draw Sasha in. I used a Pinterest image as a reference, but it was still challenging. For the next weekly, I wanted to make the boxes into little Valentine's cards, and in the middle I have Armin floating little love note balloons to Annie on a balcony on the next page. He would know how to make them because of his parents. Oof, too soon? Maybe this couple's relevant now. Maybe it's not. I don't know. It's called Go Read the Freaking Manga, you filthy casuals. I'm just kidding. But I was going to make this a daytime garden initially, and then changed my mind and really liked the blue, so I made it a more romantic starry evening sort of setting, and I drew them in, you might recognize it, their eve of formal dress attire from the gacha game. Am I the only one here that misses AOT Tactics? Please tell me I'm not. It was my favorite gacha game ever, and it got taken down at the end of August. I never was lucky enough to get these two in a set, but I did get Aaron's version, and Samurai Levi was awesome. That one made my husband jealous, as we actually played it together. We play the One Punch Man game now, which is pretty solid, but it's just not the same. Plotting out your missions and literally dropping your characters onto the field was so much more interactive, and I had a ton of fun with it. Not to mention you could choose who you wanted to level up, it wasn't just a matter of who you were lucky enough to roll a bunch of duplicates of. So I drew them this way to solidify the game in my memory forever. I actually think Annie looks kind of like Elsa in that outfit. I wonder if that's where they drew inspiration from. And Armin was also my MVP in that game. My husband said it was unrealistic because look at my strongest two characters and who they are. It was Armin, both slots. Literally, that's with maxed out levels and the same proficiency. I wasn't doing this selectively. I can just tell whoever programmed this game was an Armin fan. Represent, folks. The next spread's not really a pairing, unless you want it to be, baby. Levi and Aaron. When the series first aired, the first thing their slicing animation reminded me of was that old mobile game Fruit Ninja. You know, the one where you slice the fruit? Back when mobile games were simple and you just chopped melons and threw birds at things. Shut up, I'm not a boomer. At the top, I have Aaron slicing through some fruit that Levi is catching in a bowl. Obviously, it's effortless enough for him that he can read while he does it. On the right side, I have more melons, popsicles, and fireworks scattered around, and it's all framed in with some strawberry and green fruity washi tape. The final weekly is Hanji and Moblet, a cute little couple of lab rats. Here I have Hanji discovering a love potion via science, and she wants to test it on poor little Moblet. So I have her here looking real sus as she offers it to him. Despite what my profile pic and banner would lead you to believe, Armin is not actually my top favorite. Hanji's my favorite, though I do like Armin a lot. Unlike my husband, who actively hates him, I get that he has whiny moments, but he's still useful in his own way. So shut up, Arya. Gosh, I like liking things, so let me appreciate the little Aryan dandelion without you raising a stink about it. Okay? Okay. Final page. Can you tell I was burnt out on the love potion spread? Because I can. The potion bottles look great, but I hate the bland red boxes. I'll probably do something to fix it later on if I have time. Last but not least is my habit tracker, which really now is just for my house chores, like cleaning. I thought it would be fun to have Levi in an epic fighting pose, going toe-to-toe with his greatest foe, dust bunnies. So here's Levi coming in clutch with his Swiffer mop. Not sponsored, but would it be hilarious if I was? That was a wild pose to draw. I had to use like 4 references to get it to the level of exaggeration that I was going for. The page is a little bland because I didn't know what else to do with it, but I do think it was my best conceptual idea. So here's the final flip through. This month was tough, guys. I have greater respect for Isayama for drawing them in ODM gear so much. Like, I cut corners on that every chance I got. I do like how the book Inception turned out, and the Valentine's theme was fun. I wish I could do it for every series. Though the Arm and Annie spread was probably my best idea, I don't think it turned out anywhere near as pretty as I envisioned it, so my favorite ended up being the Levi and the Dust Bunnies. March's anime is not set in stone, y'all, so please tell me now if there's one you really want to see. I was considering possibly Demon Slayer, Made in Abyss, or One Punch Man, but I'm still open to suggestions. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. I truly appreciate your support and I love chatting with you in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!